am Shanta, working as head of the department in Department of Computer Science and Engineering in Government Polytechnic, Navati. Now I will be teaching the concept called pointers. Before learning the pointers, one should learn about C language. In previous semesters, you studied about C language. In fourth semester, there is a subject called data structures using C programming. In that, the first unit is pointers and dynamic memory allocation. So if it is of 8 hours chapter, if you study this, you can score up to 22 marks in the main examination. So let us start this pointers topic with the introduction. Pointer is a variable that represents the location of a data item. So if we use the pointers, there are some applications. If we use the pointers, it enables us to access a variable that is defined outside the function, and it can be used to pass the information back and forth between function and its reference point. If we use the pointers, the data handling becomes more efficient. The pointers will reduce the length and complexity of a program. It also increases some execution speed. So next, let us see some basic concept. Within the computer system, if any variable is used or any data item is used, first it occupies one or more memory cells. Okay. The number of memory cells required to store the data item, it depends on the type of the data. For example, it may be character, integer, double, float, etc. Whenever we declare a variable, the system allocates memory location to hold the value of that variable. Since every byte in memory has a unique address, that location will be having their own address. Let us consider the statement int xyz is equal to 50. Here 50 is the value and xyz is the variable. It is stored in the address 1380. Here 138 is the address used to store the value 50, and it is stored in the variable name xyz. So you can see this table here, xyz is the variable and 50 is the value, 1380 is the address. During the execution of the program, the system always associates the name xyz with the address 1380. That means the variable xyz is stored in the address 1380 and the 50 is copied to the 1380 address location. So address is also a number like 1380, so that's why it can be assigned with some variables. Okay, that the address is stored in the variable, so that variable we call it as the pointers. Pointer is a variable, its value is also stored in some memory location. Suppose if we assign the address xyz to a variable p, here p is the pointer that is used to store the variable xyz. That means here the address of the xyz is stored in the another variable p, that is nothing but pointer. Here the variables xyz and p are the two variables. xyz is used to store the value 50, it is located in the address 1380, and p is the pointer variable, it stores the address 1380 and it is also stored in the new address that is called 2545. So next we shall learn about the pointer declarations. Any variable before using in the program, we must declare that in the program. The general form for pointer declaration is data type space star pointer name. Here star, that means asterisk, it tells that variable pointer name is a pointer variable. And pointer name needs a memory location, and pointer name points to a variable of type data type. It may be like integer, character, double, float, etc. Example for this pointer declaration is int star count float star speed. Here star count and star speed are the two pointer variables. If you want to assign any value to this variables, means we need to use the assignment operator. For example, p is equal to ampersand of xyz. Here xyz address is stored in the location p, that shows the pointer initialization. Next, the concept is accessing variable using pointers. Here we declare two variables, sum and star ptr. That means here sum is the normal variable, star ptr is the pointer variable. Here we are assigning address of the sum to the pointer ptr. And last in the output statement we will print the normal variable value and pointer variable value. Okay, that means the output you will get sum is equal to 5 and star ptr is equal to 5. Okay, like this we can access the star pointer variables in the program. Next we shall see the program, example program, that is to modify the value stored in a variable using pointers. So first let us consider two variables k and star ptr. K is assigned with a value 10. Next first let us print the value, that is actual value of k, that is equal to %d comma k. Next we shall assign the k value, that means ampersand of k means address of the k to p, and star p is equal to 20. That means we are assigning 20 to the pointer variable star p. Next we have to print the value of k, then print the value of star p. Then the output of this small program becomes actual value of k is equal to 10, latest value of k is equal to 20, that is changed value, and the pointed to value by star p becomes 20. That means as we have assigned 20 to the star p, that same thing will be printed in the output. Next let us see another program example, that is C program that depicts the simple manipulation of the pointers. That means in this example program we are discussing about the decrement of the pointer values, pointer variable. Okay, here I have considered one variable called count and pointer variable star ptr to count. Okay, and star ptr count is assigned to the variable count, and initially the count is assigned with the value 10. Then the next statement is minus star ptr to count. That means we are decrementing the star ptr to count variable. Then in printf we are printing the count value after decrement. Okay, the output you will get for this program is the value of the count after decrement, it becomes 9. Initially the count value was 10, then later if we use the decrement operator, one time it will decreases, then the output of that count value becomes 9. Like this we can go on writing the programs on pointers. Next let us see the another program, and it is very important for the examination, and that is C program to swap two values using pointers. Swapping means, as we know, that exchange of the two values. So for this we need two normal variables, that is number 1 comma number 2, and two pointers star p1 and star p2, and one normal variable temp. That is temp is used to exchange the variable, is used to exchange the two values. First we have to print f the, that means we need to input the two normal variables. For this I have used printf and scanf statements. In that printf please type in values of number 1 and number 2. For that scanf becomes %d and ampersand number 1 comma ampersand of number 2. And first we have to initialize the address of the normal value to the pointer value variables. p1 is equal to ampersand of number 1 and p2 is equal to ampersand of number 2. Then next we need to exchange that values. For that I have used a temp variable. Temp is equal to star p1, star p1 is equal to star p2, and star p2 becomes temp. Next we need to print the exchanged values. For that I have used printf statement. Printf exchange numbers are number 1 is equal to %d, number 2 is equal to %d, and number 1 comma number 2. And again we need to print the exchange values, that is p1 of number 1 and p2 of number 1, that is which is stored in the pointer variables star p1 and star p2. The output of this program becomes, first we need to enter the two normal variables values, that is number 1 and number 2, as 25 and 21. Then later it gives the exchange numbers, that is number 1 is equal to 21, number 2 is equal to 25. That means p1 of number 1 becomes 21 and p2 of number becomes 25. But previously p2 value was 25 and p1 value was 25. Now it has exchanged. So the output you will get is p1 is equal to 25 and p2 value becomes 25. 25. P1 value is 21. Next, let us see the another example program, that is C program using pointers to find the smallest of three integer numbers. For this, we need to input three normal numbers, that is n1, n2 and n3, and one pointer variable, that is ptr to small, star ptr to small. It stores the smallest number. So before starting that program, we need to input the values, that is three numbers. For that I have used printf and scanf statements. In the printf, the statement becomes enter three integer numbers to find the smallest of numbers. Then scanf becomes for three variables I need to enter three %ds, %d, 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 comma, ampersand of n1, ampersand of n2 and ampersand n3. So first we need to compare. If n2 is less than star ptr to small, then n2 value becomes the smallest number. That is, the statement is ptr to small is equal to n2. If n3 is less than ptr to small, then n3 becomes the smallest number. So for that the statement becomes ptr to small is equal to ampersand of n3. Then we need to print the smallest of the number. For that I have written the statement called smallest of %d, %d and %d is %d, that is n1, n2 and n3. The result is stored in star ptr to small. The output becomes, first we need to enter the three numbers 20, 30 and 10. So in 20 and 30 and 10, the 10 is the smallest number. The same you will get as a output.